Very spectacled. Okay, you've lost me, Joel. Strong start. Dropped it. There we go, and we're off. Game number 1 of the DNF 2v2 finals. Team Quadringers versus Team Super Brothers. And a strong start with the plasma there. Crazy Owl. Going to be moving over to his point of view. Also Sakurako with the LG. And he just had the Mega, but that's been removed with a swift rail to the face. Quad again on this map is going to be very late. And we could see people setting up a little bit early for it. And so at any point between 30 and 60 seconds. It's going to be towards the latter half of that. But yeah, he's having a pretty strong start. But they are, well, kind of in position here actually. They might be able to pick up this quad. Being picked off on both sides. Owl drops down and picks himself up a quad. Let's see what he's going to do with it. He has, well, with this red and rockets, a pretty strong stack here. Shotgun's going to be useful too. Oh, and control of the Mega. This is really quite great for him. Not a huge deal of kills, but at least he's managed to secure items and grab times on them, so... Alright. Yeah, nice run there from Owl. Did get taken out eventually, but managed to pull back some leverage, and that red, and almost certainly the Mega as well, are going to be his for the taking. Oh, nice LG pin. Making his way to Mega. Now, one thing that they are missing is rail. They are getting picked apart a little bit by the rails here, so I'll quite like to see as part of this item rotation here between the Mega and the red, at least one rail being taken by Crazy Owl or Saka. That will certainly help. But it looks like it's just going to be focused on the 2 health and armor items. Crazy Owl with 1 life getting away with that. I'm not sure how. Going to be killed off for his teammate. Oh dear. Probably for the best, to be honest. And Saka here. Absolutely fantastic position for this quad. He does need his teammate here to support him on this though. Can't take it alone. Boyjan up ahead with the rail. Does give the quad over to Owl, which I'm surprised by. He didn't have quite as much going for him in terms of weapons, but might be able to make something work with this shotgun and the rail combo. Oh no, missing that rail is going to be huge, and he gets taken down by the LG. That is really a situation where he should have been using the shotgun, trusted in his rail aim a little bit too much, and paid the price. But they are up a couple of frags. Not as dominating as their previous performance on this map, but still, if they can keep doing what they've been doing for the past minute and a half, they should be able to push this frag lead further and further ahead. Oh, finally getting there. Good teamwork from the 2 quad damage players. Quad damage? Quad ringer players. And Owl completely the wrong side of the map there. Red wasn't coming up, and... Oh no, he did get red. I'm sorry. But he did leave his teammate all alone, and Saka there getting taken out. Does seem a little bit like the Super Buddy Brothers are a little bit more closely knit when it comes to the team play. Watching Wizard now. Going to be setting up for this next quad soon. In his LG fight with Sakurauka does take him out and picks up the frag. And Super Brothers are in a lot of trouble here when it comes to this quad, but does get picked up by Sakurauka. Looking for the red. It's not going to be up for some time. He's going to want to try and do something else with his time. Frags are certainly going to help pushing this lead a little bit further and further. But they still haven't had much control over the rail this game. This is something that I'd like to see them maybe focus on a little bit more, because getting picked off by these rails across some decent angles on this map is very dangerous. And we see Wizard putting it to great use here. Going to be restocking and denying that rail for at least another 20 seconds. We see Saka look for it, but doesn't get there in time. Bojan and Wizard definitely still in this. But they are coming out a little bit worse off from each of these engagements. Saka with the quad wasn't really that well contested, but again with the rails, and this is something that I really think could be the downfall of Team Quadbringers. If they can't get a good handle on this rail, it could really come to bite them in the arse later on in this game. Because it seems to be where a lot of these frags are being made up. We hear pick up there. Nice deny there. Sakurauka with a very meaningful stack here. Oh, crazy out with a rocket on his teammate. Not too disastrous though. And this should be a pretty easy red for Team Quad Ringers. With the next quad coming up in about a minute. But at least at the moment it looks like they're in a better position to take it. Saka especially with quite the monstrous stack, and the rail angles here, and this is what I was talking about before. These rails are absolutely important in playing this map. Taking that damage, which he wasn't really getting anything returned back at him, is super important. And now I see Saka with this rail, I'm a little bit more confident that they should be able to hold on to this lead. Plasma not going to make too much of a dent in the stack here with Saka. And with the quad coming up in about 10 seconds, he's going to be setting up for it right now. Drops down onto Wizard. Great use of the LG. Looks like he's going to look for the Mega first, and I'm not sure that's a good idea. He's going to possibly give away the quad. At least Crazy Owl was available, but I kind of would have preferred Saka to take that rather than the Mega. Maybe Owl would have been better off with a Mega. But at least their team still got the quad in the end, and didn't hand it over too much to the opponent. Well, they didn't hand it over at all. But you know what I mean. So up to a 10 frag lead here. At about the 9-minute mark. Still plenty of time, but again, I've not seen many comebacks. There's only really been one notable one. Wizard is certainly going to be very happy with that frag at least. But a lot of these games where one team's got about 10 frag lead, they've been allowed to just hold on to it for the entirety of the game, and it seems really quite difficult for these teams to make comebacks happen. But similarly, possibly due to the maybe lack of teamwork, neither team is really pushing too far ahead. There was one game that was a massive frag lead, but even that was only about 30, which was actually on this map just a few games ago. And Wizard just controlling this rail does give the next one over to his teammate. So they both have one now. Bijan and the Wizard cross map with those rails. This is where you can see the power of it. How does Rocky jump up though and gets aggressive, but he might actually pay for it. He does. Really nice shotgun there from Bijan. Here's the quad. Goes to a fairly well equipped Saka. Has a nice little set of tools to work with. Not much armor, but as things go, he is in no trouble at all. But again, would like to see them focus on this rail a little bit more. And this is where we really saw quad damage. When they had that rail and Saka was able to push them those angles and those long distance shots, that's when they really extended their lead, and now they're kind of holding at around this 10, between 8 and 12 frag difference. Get Brothers are doing a good job of holding onto the rail. It always seems to be down whenever Sakurauka pokes his head around for it. Oh, Ow with nowhere to be seen there. Saka getting a little bit too deep into enemy territory and being taken out by the teamwork of Bijan and Wizard. Allowing them to close on the gap just very slightly. But more importantly, stripping away any of the armor and weapons that Team Quadbringers had. Oh, out of the rail. Dropping it for Saka, but Saka never actually picked it up. He's going to have to go back and get it, and that is quite a lot of time wasted. I don't believe Saka got it. Or maybe he did. Okay, quads up. Saka does not want to drop in there. He's going to give it to Al. Oh, missing that rail. A bit of a shame, but the deny was really strong, and it's just not. They're not letting Split Brothers get into this game. They're not giving them any opportunity. They're not making any big enough mistakes that would give them something they could grasp onto and pull themselves back up the leaderboard on the frags. But still not over yet. Only 30 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Definitely 10 frags is achievable in that time. Al's been making some really strong plays on that red actually. 22 to 8 pickups in the red. The yellow's far more in the favour of Super Brothers. Five minutes left on the clock here, and Bijan with a quad pickup. Sorry, Wizard with a quad pickup. Bijan with the nice support here from behind. This could be the play that they need. Start to pull back some frags. Catching out Crazy out unawares, but Sakurauka does get his revenge. And this is what they needed to do on that quad. They needed to make a strong play on it. Push forward, get some frags, and just make sure they're denying the enemy team of weapons and that mega health. I think doing more damage at the red would definitely be good. And this is looking stronger and stronger here for Team Dia. Pulled it down to a 7 frag deficit now. I think it's really going to be this next quad which is going to be really important for them. If they want to take this map, they need to make a similar play to what they did before. And right now, I mean, if you look at Saka and Al, they are not all that stacked. I mean, Saka's got a good amount of armor, but not much in terms of weapons. He does pick up the quad though. They didn't have the timing on it, and that is huge. If Saka can get out of control here, it's going to be very, very dangerous, and possibly spell curtains for Super Beat Brothers. Yeah, that was a quad they needed. That was the play they needed to make to win this game, and it's looking less and less likely that they'll be able to do it. Certainly not over yet, but as the last quad will be, I think, about 1930. I'm not sure how much of a factor that's going to play. Definitely can be used. Sorry, 1905. Maths is hard. Really hard.
Excellent.
Saka finally going down to his own rocket. Oh, crazy out, knowing that they're going to be going for that rail. Misses a jump, that isn't too important, just denying that rail and killing the opponent there was really a strong play for him, and I'm going to say play the game. Play the game.
Warning.
And the quad going to Wizard. I think this is going to have to be the make or break situation. And that is going to be the break, I believe. That is a GG coming out from the team. Immediately getting railed with that quad. Not good news. 60 to 45, the GG being called. They'll probably just play out the last 30 seconds, but they know they've lost. That's game number 1 going to Team Quadringers. Great performance by both players. Just absolute domination when it comes to the red armor and the quad. Megas were much closer, and the yellows definitely came in favour of Team Bliet, but all in all, a pretty strong performance. And although the frag difference wasn't huge, I do feel like it was almost inevitable from about the 3rd or 4th minute that we were going to see that kind of performance. Almost lost another TDM game, another TDM map, sorry, not a dual map, unlike some of the other ones in this map pool. And we could see Crazy Owl, the Reflex. Was he Reflex? No, he was the Quake Live LAN champion. He was Reflex 2nd place at TimCon LAN. Pick himself up another tournament victory, along with the ever-talented Sakurauka. These two have been playing some fantastic games today, and I think Team Super Bliet Brothers are going to have to work incredibly hard to pull this back. They have the odds stacked against them. Certainly not over yet, though. Certainly not. Players are just having a bit of a relax and warm up for a minute. These are long games. 20 minutes is essentially 2 duels, give or take overtime. So each one of these games is like doing 2 duels back to back. Can be quite tiring, and I'm sure they want a breather. It's a bit of a stretch out, and probably talk about tactics between them, how they're going to approach this map, how they're going to try and, well, at least for Alan Saka's team, pull out another victory, and maybe for Wizard and Baijan to see maybe what they did wrong last game, focus possibly on better control over that Mega.
Prepare your team. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's go into what could be match point. Well, it is match point, but what could be the final game of the 2v2 DNF Cup. We'll be watching Wizard start off with. Okay, first quad of the game going to Sakurauka, and he has a fairly reasonable stack to work with. Picks himself a couple of frags, looking to deny this rail as well. Really strong start here from Team Quadringers. Oh, Wizard being caught out there. That is absolutely devastating for him. And Bijan walking around the corner straight into the rocket of Saka. He is on fire on this map. Very easy pick over the red. I believe the yellow is probably up around the corner as well if he needs it. Because he's going to be looking for the top yellow instead. And if he has timing on that Mega... Oh, instead he's just going to run around this corner and just absolutely decimate the face of Bijan with his LG. So far, it is not looking like a good start from Team Gillette Brothers, but it is early days yet.
Rails, impressive.
Next quad in. Leave about 15-20 seconds. Fortunately, quad timing is not working on this map because of a recent update to Quake Live, but that is alright. We can use our heads and time manually. Doing our timing manually. Saka in position for this quad. Oh no, he gets caught up from behind. That is quite the bother. And Wizard picking it up, immediately getting 2 frags and possibly a third. There we go. He is suddenly on the rampage with his quad damage. That was a fantastic pickup for his team, and frankly it was needed to completely just stem the momentum which we saw from Team Quadbringers. I still don't seem to have timing on this red armor though. His teammate Bijan does pick it up, catching out both of Team Quadbringers at the top here. Unfortunately, because of the way they were split up, he couldn't get supported by his teammate Wizard going down. And still has timing on this red, probably due to his teammate. Starting to look much better for this team. Nice rails, quite solid players, and the frag difference has been very quickly made up here. Now, the last 2 minutes, this team has been unstoppable. They have a great chance here to take this quad very cleanly, I think. I don't think Team Quadbringers have much to work with. No weapons, no armor. Gonna walk into both of them. He feels safe, he can take them both out. Oh no! Getting taken out by his teammate with the rocket there, and unfortunately he doesn't have much to work with. He's only got 77 ammo with this machine gun and not much life either, so LG's certainly going to help. And yet another good quad play here from Wizard. Got quite lucky with that respawn after being killed by his teammate, but nonetheless starting to extend their victory. Their advantage. Frag lead, that's the word I'm looking for. Oh my god, it's been a long day. It's very warm in here. Synthesis with the shade in chat. He is the previous winner of the Vajragar Cup. Oh, Wizard nearly fragging his teammate there with a rail to the face. Courteously having the red left open for him. This is starting to get a little bit out of control here for Team Quadbringers. They had a very strong start, and then after that amazing quad pickup from Wizard, they have been just unstoppable. Half spawn here with nothing. Although he is able to push Wizard back. Getting some hand from his teammate with the rail. That is going to be very important with the quad coming up in just a few seconds, I believe. There it is. Owl doesn't know it's up. He picks it up and he gets the shotgun. That was so good for him. It's going to move over to his point of view. 8 life, going to go down. At least that was really fortunate for Owl that he did manage to pick up that quad. And even though he died, it was a deny, and it allowed him to get that frag onto a pretty stacked wizard. So, all in all, I wouldn't be too unhappy with that situation, but they do have frags to make up. Oh, wizard getting caught out here by both players, having to hide behind this pillar. Ow, rocket jumping up, I'm not sure I like that. He might go down to it, but he does get the damage in the end. That would have been a big old risk. He should be able to catch a wizard out here at this rail spawn. His teammate does follow up on it and picks up the frag. We'll be seeing a mega red and quad fairly soon. Nice rocket around the corner there. Oh dear, just a few seconds early for that mega. And that does mean the quad will be coming up in a moment. Probably about 5 or 6 seconds. Hashtag timing. It was delayed a little bit because I was doing a dance on it. There it is. Oh, that was really good for Team Quadringers. Really unfortunate for Team Billiot. Super Billiot Brothers. And their lead is starting to diminish now. After the last 2 quads going to their opponents, they are suddenly looking a little bit less strong, a little bit less confident, getting less of the control that they had a few minutes ago. And as we get to the halfway point, we could actually see Quadringers even this up again. Both Bijan and Wizard are fairly low at the moment. And Sakurauka does provide rails for free, or at the cost of a frag. Both of them going down. Yeah, Al's been struggling a little bit here. He's -6 at the moment. -11, sorry. It's definitely Saka who is pulling a little bit harder in this game. We can see Al being caught out quite often. Bijan with the red, Wizard with the yellow. Mega up in a little while. It's going to be the item they want to control. There's the quad. Unless Mega's already been taken. I think Mega just got taken. Didn't see that. But the quad going to Saka. Sorry, Wizard. I can't read. And once again, doing great work with the quad. And this is once again starting to pull away with it. This is the quads that they needed. If we were looking at the play before, when they were dropping the quads to the other team, then That was when we see quad. Wait, ow! I can't talk. This is when we see Ao and Saka start to pull back the frags, but when they're having these strong quad pickups, Wizard and Baijan are starting to pull further ahead, and if they keep playing like they are now, we could actually see them take this map and push it to a third. And once again, we're seeing Team Briette Brothers really strong control over the rail. I'm sure that's definitely having some kind of factor here. We don't have stats on. Do we have stats on weapon usage? No, not quite. But having that long range ability to take fights is certainly helpful. And rail is certainly quite good on this map, especially in the open area in the centre. Baijan setting up for this next red. Does get railed, but we'll take it nonetheless. And this time it's Saka with the quad. So, like I was saying before, if I was on Super Briette Brothers, I'd be very careful here. I wouldn't want to expose myself too much. Fantastic rails here from Saka. They were both very necessary, and he is just stomping through here. Going to pick up Wizard as well. Does get fragged out by Ao, and the red is very important. Not only just getting these frags, but making sure you maintain and take item control over the entire map. Bijan getting caught out by Ao. Pincered in the middle. Saka a little bit in a bit of a tough spot here. If he doesn't get this next rail, oh, he keeps missing, and he's going to go down eventually. Needed to hit more of those rails. (38 to 51). And with that quad, it has definitely opened up much more. Saka here looking for the next red pickup. He did get the previous one, so he's going to have timing on it. Oh, nice rockets here. Just teasing the lip of that drop down to the rail. Fantastic placement. And I think Super Briette Brothers are going to be very desperate to get this next quad and push their lead even further. If Quadringers do grab it, there's the danger that they could even make up all those frags. There it is. It goes to Wizard. Looks like Ao and Saka just didn't have timing on it at all, and they are in quite the predicament now. First rail does take out Ao. Moving from Wizard's perspective, Ao is a sitting duck here. Nice dodging. Oh, he's missing all these. And although he did get the frag eventually, that was a lot of time saved for Ao. Unfortunate spawn there. So Wizard coming up really strong for his team this game. Fantastic plays with the quad, and he is well, they're both net actually a fairly similar amount. It's Ao who is dropping 15 frags here, minus 15, which is where we're seeing the lead come from mostly. I'm starting to think if Team Quadbringers don't get this next quad, then that could be lights out for them and pushing it to a third game. We're getting close to 20 frag deficit here, and with only 4 minutes on the clock, and not even that, it's going to be a massively upward struggle here. They've got fresh spawns left, right and centre, no weapons to work with, not much in terms of armour either. There's the quad, Wizard's got it, and like I was saying before, I think that might be it. There is still time, but with that quad being at, I believe, 1630 or so. There's only me one more in this game. Let's use the grenade launcher there. Yeah, Wizard and Boyjan just need to play this really carefully now. They just need to not overexpose, not take city fights, and I think they have this game in the bag. If they just have good timing on the armors, try and deny weapons where they can, and then really it's their game to lose at this point. Nice work from Saka. Just going to move to their point of view because they really do need to get this quad and go on an absolute stomp fest with it in order to win this game. They are set up. Here it is. This will be the last one we see. Oh, he just doesn't have anything to work with there. Needed to have his rail out earlier, I think. Didn't have the range. Last minute of the game, 54 to 64, 10 frags. 2 nice pickups. Nice spawn kill as well. Conversion frag for Saka. And 40 seconds here. Saka is just putting these frags out left, right and centre. It's still very possible for him to take this. Finds Wizard. 4 frags left. 30 seconds. 10 health though. This is a problem. Red just got taken behind him. And he kills himself. Oh dear. I think that's going to be it. An absolutely devastating quad run from Saka, but just not having enough life at the end of it in order to really finish the game off and even up the score difference. 2 frags though, 8 seconds. It still might be possible. No, not quite. So close, so very close. Bringing it all the way back to 1 frag difference at the end there. Saka with that incredible spree with that quad damage was just fantastic to watch, but it was getting... yeah, when he was dropping down to that yellow armor platform with 10 health and he heard the red getting taken behind him, that was kind of the death knell.
Now, vote passed.
So we're going to go to the third game. Final game of the day. Our ASDing in chat, obviously a little bit frustrated that they didn't get to win, but a fantastic game nonetheless. We'll be going to this third map on DM6 campgrounds. I have no idea who this is going to favour more. Right. Well, here we go. Match point for Team Quad Damage versus Team Billet Brothers. Very close series so far.
Damage.
First game being, I think it was about 15 frag lead for Team Quadringers. A second being quite the lead for Billet Brothers up until the last, only about 30 seconds, where Sakuraka went on a absolutely fantastic spree with the quad damage and just running out of life at the end, getting fragged. And even though a few, I think 2 or 3 more frags were made after his quad run, they weren't just quite enough to even it out, take it into overtime. And I think if it had gone to overtime, they could have possibly won, but they were putting everything into those frags, so they didn't really have much of a stack advantage overall, and it would have really just come down to who got the next quad. I think quad was coming up about 30 seconds after the game ended, so it would have been hard to predict who could have possibly taken that. And just getting a few minutes of warm up again, as I was saying before. These are long games, so taking a moment. I need to take a moment. Throat's hurting. Believe it or not, talking for a long time. Not too good on the old vocal cords. But great to see this go to a third game. I really do appreciate a close, exciting finals, and this has been just that. We've got the DNF Cup organiser here with us. The ever enthusiastic Nocturne. I was trying to find a decent description for you. I went with enthusiastic.
Was
So
that
I seem
ever enthusiastic or over enthusiastic?
ever enthusiastic. Not over. I mean, you're not that enthusiastic. You're just usually quite enthusiastic. Like normal levels of enthusiasm, just all the way through. Okay, let's go to this
Perfectly fine.
third game.
Yeah, that last game was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
It was a 1 frag difference with Saka unfortunately stuck in the rail area with like nothing. So,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what was going on with his teammate, but very close game.
Yeah, when he like dropped after, I think it was on 10 life after the end of the quad run, and then that was really, he spawned and wasn't in a great position. I think Al got 2 or 3 frags then, but wasn't quite enough to bring it back. But yeah, great comeback there. So very close. So both players just tussling here over the quad. It does go to Saka to start off with. He's gonna take this jump pad, and it does work out for him. He gets the red and barely takes any damage for it as well, so he's in quite a good spot right now.
Yeah, really good start for them. And even only getting the 1 frag, they basically rotate around the map. They can pretty much control the weapons for at least half a minute now. Yeah, and the other team have nothing to their name in terms of weapon.
Yeah, this has been a great start for Quadbringers. Saka's got timing on this red as well. Oh, he did. Did he? Maybe got the sound bug there where he thought he picked it up, but he didn't. And yeah, that probably cost him that frag actually.
Yeah, Wizard did a great amount of damage with that plasma.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do with dodging there on that platform. So plasma's quite a strong weapon up there.
Yeah.
Still, though, they haven't managed to capitalise too much off that kill. Out with the rails. Is a bit of a mutual frag there, so overall, no one really won too much from that engagement, but oh Jesus!
Saka dropping a weapon for his enemy.
And a very quick frag quad run there from Bijan. It's dropping almost immediately. Bit of a messy start for both teams. There's been a lot of frags in a very short amount of time, but it does seem overall that Quadbringers are controlling a little bit better.
Yep. But we saw in the last game, it's certainly something that the Bliat brothers can do. They can definitely get a big lead going. So it's pretty good to see some sort of evenly matched games. And most of the games today have actually been quite close.
Yeah, in fact, nearly all of them have gone to a third game, I believe.
Yeah.
These ones on stream, I don't know about the other ones. Which is great. Often in tournaments, there's a lot of 2-0 wipeouts. Oh dear, Saka with the rockets to the face, taking out Bijan. And Wizard falling to his doom. Good teamwork there from Bijan and Wizard, trapping Saka, and he had a fairly good stack going on, so that's going to be really important for this next squad that's coming up in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, they're sort of slowly edging their way back into this game.
Yeah. Oh, dropping the rail from Al there to Saka, and Al immediately going down. Saka taking a lot of damage from the plasma as well. I don't think he's in a position to take this quad. I mean, they're going to have to show up for it, but...
Yeah, I think Wizard maybe should have had the time on that.
Oh, quad taken by Al, I believe, and then immediately going down.
It was actually Bijan.
Oh, Bijan took it then.
And then Al killed Bijan.
Yeah. So yeah, they've managed to make up this frag difference quite quickly, actually.
Yep.
Only 4 in it now. I think this is something we've seen from Super Bliat Brothers in every game, actually. They've had strong, weak starts, and then they've kind of made up the difference in the middle. It kind of happened on the first map as well, but they didn't manage to actually ever really take full control. And
yeah, maybe they just take some time to get used to the sort of flow of the map.
Yeah.
Like the momentum.
And also with the first quad being unknown what the spawn time is, it can probably cause a little bit of confusion.
Well, that's the thing. Quad bringers were showing up early. They knew it would be within the next sort of 15 seconds, so they might as well just stay around there. And that's something that's won them a lot of the early game in these maps.
Yeah, definitely. some wizard here waiting for this yellow to come up. And I feel
rails
like
by Bijan there.
yeah, Super React Brothers should have this quad no trouble. I'm being chased down here by enemy with only gauntlets and machine guns.
Yeah, tight game.
Yeah, suddenly they've tied themselves up, which is gonna feel good for them. 7 minutes in, just under halfway. It definitely seems to me like Wizard is the slightly stronger player, but overall, their nets are exactly the same, and they both have very similar frags, rather than the other teams. It seems to be there's always one stronger player, one weaker player.
Well,
So,
I would say that Wizard is the stronger player in this team, but it seems that they work better as a team together compared to most of the other teams we've seen today, which is why that net frag isn't so far apart.
oh, Wizard getting taken out here by the LG. Really good play there from Al, and that's going to give him access to that red. Saka's hurting for weapons here. He wants this rail, but he might actually give up a frag in order to try and take it. Yeah, having to leave it in order to... oh dear.
Yeah, I think maybe Al could have passed on some of those weapons to Saka. No, when he gets his rocket back.
Very short-lived quad there. Getting taken out by the plasma from behind from Saka. Good positioning on it. This is something I was commenting on previously. Super Brothers seem to be far better at controlling the rail on all the maps, and it's really been their strong point. Even on the first game that they lost, there was plenty of opportunities where they managed to get the frags they did just because they had good control over the rail. And it looks like they're doing quite a good job here as well.
It is something that some teams wouldn't think about. Is the rail is crucial on some maps, more so than others. Like campgrounds and Devilish, for example, too. That it's really important. Almost Lost as well can be that kind of map. So if you're able to deny the rail, it does give you a bit of an edge. What was the other map they played? It was Devilish, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Devilish, where they did lose, but they had a rail for a lot of it and denied it for a lot of the time, and I think it's what got them a lot of their frags. Wizard in a great position here for this quad. He's got armor, he's got health, and he's got every weapon under the sun. Although, he can't find any opponents to kill, so... not everything's going his way. He walks into both his enemy teammates. They almost take him out, only with 4 life left at the end of that, but... nonetheless... oh, 1 life. Finally going down to Crazy Owl's machine gun.
Double.
Yeah. 2 minutes. 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 2 minutes
Saka here looking for the angle. Look at that little archway. Does a lot of damage, but he's going to take him out from behind, possibly by Wizard. Just about manages to take him.
And now they're starting to get some good weapons, and this could be the start of their slow comeback as well.
Yeah, he really needs this rail. This is something he was really strong on against other teams, and this is the second time now we've seen Saka just up here at this rail position for a good 10, like even 15 seconds. And last time he actually gave up the position. Now he's got it. And he's going to get caught out immediately by Bijan with the rocket launcher. After waiting for that long for the rail and then him, like dying just after getting one frag. That has got to feel bad. Out covering here for Saka to take the quad. Does work, but yeah, nice teamwork from Al here. He's supporting his teammate really quite well.
Yeah, not a lot of frags, but it looks like that quad run was definitely the start of something.
Yeah, I think he's going to give him this red. And again, he's built up this good inventory of weapons. Still missing the rail though. That's probably going to be what he's looking for now. It is up this time at least. Oh, nice peak rail from Saka. And now he's got this rail up and open to him. He is suddenly hitting so much damage. Takes out Wizard on the jump pad. Nets a red. Doesn't really need to use a rail there, but why not? Do it anyway. And this is really the difference between Saka having a rail and not. You can see how quickly he's managed to bring back these frags, and he needs to stay alive though. He needs to make sure he doesn't lose it. Oh, looking the wrong way. Plasma up the bottom. Not a pleasant sight.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that was just what Wizard and Bijan needed for to sort of stop the momentum that Saka had with that railgun.
Setting up for this quad. Saka's got really good timing on it. Picks out Wizard in the air. Picks out Bijan with the second shot. It's starting to look a bit more scary here. 15 minutes, only one frag in it, and in the previous game, Super Black Brothers were almost pipped to the post when they were a good 15 frags ahead. Now with only one frag, it's going to be pretty nervous times for them. Great push from Saka here. Catches Wizard off guard. Even with the shotgun out, he doesn't manage to pick off Saka.
Yeah, at least he's managed to deny the rail for a while now.
Yeah. Gonna be looking for it now though. It should be up in about 6 or 7 seconds. There it is. And Saka is slowing this game down a little bit here. as is the other team, they are not wanting at this point to make any massive mistakes before this next quad comes up. Oh no! Saka getting a mid-air grenade kill on Owl. That is absolutely devastating, but takes the quad anyway. Finds Bijan mid-air off the jump pad.
Now 3 minutes to go. There's only going to be one more quad, and you don't want to have a big frag deficit to make up with, even if there is a quad to go.
Yeah, if Saka can really go ham off this, and it looks like he's able to, it's going to be a very upward battle here. Still very doable. Only 6 frags in order to tie things up, but considering they don't have many weapons to work with, Saka has a massive stack. Owl isn't doing too badly himself either. 100 life and a decent amount of weapon arsenal to work with as well. If they just can keep on to these reds, make sure that they don't give any silly weapons away, then I think they have a good chance of actually winning this game and winning the overall cup. This is the last game. In the finals. 2 minutes to go, and suddenly, after the last quad pickup, we have a 10 frag deficit.
Yeah, with less than 2 minutes to go, that's not what they want. They want, if anything, quad bringers could even deny the next quad, and they'd pretty much still be guaranteed a win. So they need to definitely try and get this quad.
Yeah, this is a quite similar situation to what we saw in the previous game though, and they almost pulled it back. So if Wizard can go on a crazy rampage with this quad, it is very possible.
He needs the quad to do that. So
yeah, Bishan drops down. Bishan gets it, but it's short-lived. Owl gets away with 5 life. Saka supporting from behind, and with the last minute in play, this is looking absolutely dire here for Team Super Video. I'm going to go over to Wizard to see what he's up to. Oh, he's got no weapons really. The grenade launcher isn't the most effective one for a lot of fights. Desperately looking for this grenade. Finds a nice... looks like a mid-air, but it wasn't. But I'm afraid this is looking more and more unlikely here for Team Super Video Brothers.
Yeah, but I think they put on a great show there with all 3 maps. I was really impressed with how close they were.
And there is the GG. So the winner of today's tournament, Team Quadbringers, Owl and Sakurauka, performing absolutely excellently, and Wizard and Baijan themselves doing add more task at taking that to a 3rd map. Well, almost winning the game, but they were ahead for so long, and then Saka pulled out some nice quad runs towards the latter stage of that map, and unfortunately it was all over at that point. GG's though. GG's all around. Do you have anything you want to say before we finish the stream for the evening?
No, just thanks to everyone for taking part, and thanks for casting and all that.
No
had a lot of fun.
Do you have anything to announce that's coming up soon? Any nights or tournaments or anything?
We'll be announcing another Dual Cup pretty soon, but don't have a date set for it yet. Obviously, looking into getting more TDM games and cups going, so that's something we'll also be announcing when they get arranged, really.
Cool. If you want to join their Discord, you can go to the top link. If you want to go to the Arena FPS Discord, you can take the link below it, posted by Galangua. And yeah, do check those out. We do quite a lot of Quake live action, so if you want to join the DNF Discord and look for some practice partners, that is certainly possible. I think there's quite a few people that are working on learning the game at the moment, looking at the messages coming out from there. So, and also I think you do pickups as well, 2v2 pickups. So if you're watching this, you want to take part yourself in some 2v2 or learn some duel, it is a great resource. Thanks for watching. I'm going to sign off now and have some dinner. You can do that.
Yeah. See ya.
Okay, thanks, bye.